Hey everybody, Sean here, Never Free to Play, and we're back with Terra Nil. So, last time we played actually what was kind of the second setting, which is the tropical. And I'd like to go back now, and we're going to start at the beginning, and we're going to do a river valley. This is actually going to be very indicative of what there was when we played this game in the demo, although with all the build-ups and additional features. Am I still missing an animal here? Huh. So I guess that's what we'll be striving for. So here we go. Let's take a look at the map here. We got a central river, a few streams coming down and feeding it. That I think we can work with. We can build additional ones using the pads later. In fact, I'm going to do that first. Get our one up there. And build that guy right there. You want to build him before you lay out any grass because he actually corrupts the area around him. But now that I've taken care of that, I don't have to worry about it as much. Alright, let's do this. The river valley, at the end of the day, as you'll see, ends up being a pretty straightforward map. And I think we'll have a pretty easy time taking care of it. Water pump in. Love the water pump. Try to zoom in a bit more this time. You guys can enjoy a little bit more of the view so it's not as scrolled out. Alright, so that's taken care of. Let's go here. So it's going to be a little bit different because I got some overlap here with the other one, so I won't need as many scrubbers. The water down first. Water works out well because you get all the grass along the edges of it here on this map, and that really helps out. Yep, still pretty worth it. Right? That's a bit of a bummer. I was hoping it would be close enough that we could get a, so we can do is we can build a castle fire here. So castle fire will get us more rock. Which means I can build a windmill here. Means I can build a water pump. Get some more of that main river pumped out. Now we can work on purifying out over here. Trees gonna be pretty important later. In fact, I should probably keep an eye out where all my trees are. So you'll get to see later is trees are how you make flowers via bees, and making flowers and kind of making use of what they do to the land is a pretty critical thing. But we'll get to that later. First step, focusing in on it, is to get ourselves up as much green as we can, grass and such as we can first. Looks like our best spot there. So that's pretty good to start. I think work this one here. Get that water pump first. I actually want the high ground on that one, I think. So I'm going to do that. We're going to go ahead and get started with, let's get all these done. I want him there. Well, actually, let's back up. What if we instead let's do this. That'll fill out all of our central lake, or river right there. So now we got most of our waterways done. We got a little bit up here, but everything else is pretty much good to go. So let's focus on getting our grass grown. So you can see that the river query level here is pretty basic. I mean, scrubbers and irrigators are things that we do on pretty much every of the mapping you saw it on. You know, my previous video, and it's almost the base mechanic here. And so it makes for a pretty straightforward experience at the end of the day, but there's nothing wrong with that. I think we're going to do this, because I think I have enough that I can cover down most of this area. Got to put down some amount of greenery here, Sean, and replenish my eco supplies. I feel like, I probably, no, it's not on, resume. I think this will show up later, but what I just noticed is I must have gotten enough humidity because I have wildflowers now showing up in the game. And I know that's one of the criteria you can get. But I think I have to get to the next phase before it's I think this one's entirely judged by humidity before humidity will show up. Right, I want to get this tree. I think this will end up being enough. There we go. So that's step one done. Done our greenery. And now let's get our biodiversity. So biodiversity on this map are kind of like spruce, evergreen forest, flowers, and wetlands. So I talked about the bees earlier. Where are all my trees? So this is how bees work. Put them down, and they make flowers. Let's see, knock that one out. But I'm probably going to set myself back here a second real quick. Because what I actually want to do maybe I'll play this smart this time. Make sure I got it in the right place. I think I can hit it up there. Because I can call down a fire. Normally you wouldn't think that's what you want to do. But what a fire is going to do, much as it does actually in real life, is it helps bring a lot of nutrients down to the soil. So now what I can do, I can put a forest. Edge of that forest, I can actually build more flowers. So, still need more pine woods. So I'm gonna start a fire there. Burn on out. Sorry, bees. Build an arboreum, or arboretorium. Almost enough. Let's see here. This will be enough to get me all the way there. So it's not worth it from a green standpoint, but is enough from filling out my biodiversity. That's really what I want right now. And now the last one we gotta do is a hydroponium. What this does is I can convert grassland into wetlands. I wonder if I'm playing on a I really thought that should have shown up. Oh well. Not a huge deal. I wonder if I'm on actually a higher difficulty. And that's why I can't really see. Now you can see here I've kind of run out of good wetland options. And so I haven't really used this area over here, and as we saw before, I can bust out the calcifier. Put myself a windmill. Construct myself some scrubbers. So we'll do that there. And then really we're going to need to do it one more time somewhere else. I think. course, it's not near enough water, so let's back up there and redo that. I want instead that guy. That does pretty good. He is probably close enough to water. Yes. Alright. See, I thought... Alright, first things first is find a place for our home ship. So there's, if you've watched the other video, you know the thing that I love most in this game is when it rains. So I don't want to leave here, not because I need it, because I like to see it when it rains. So we're going to see if we can get the humidity up just a little bit more. Get ourselves some rain. That's what we need. Need a cloud seeder. Probably a little bit more. Apparently this is actually what I needed right here. Ah, there it is. You have to unlock it on this level. Forgot about that. So you can see wildflowers. I mentioned that earlier. I'd seen the wildflowers. Migratory birds. Fungi and forest. There they are. Some mushrooms in the forest. Ferns on the riverbanks. We need water lilies at 80. Salmon runs at 90. And rain begins at 70. We can do this. There's the rain. Alright, sit back for a moment and enjoy this. Of course, it usually takes a little while, so maybe while we're sitting back and enjoying. There it is. Also, we just got water lilies bloomed with that one. It's my favorite moment in this game, is watching the world come back to life when it finally get where it rains again. This probably also helped tick up our humidity percentages a little bit. Let's help it get the rest of the way and get those salmon running. Boom. Now there are salmon, which I assume are going, yeah, you can see them splashing up the waterfalls. Alright. That is a nice looking ecosystem. So the way this works for the rivering map, if you remember on our previous game through, it was all with like the monorails, and the monorails pull things back up. The rivering map does everything via the water. So it ends up being a consideration that you had to make when you played this, is you want to pull everything in towards the water. Before I do that, we start cleaning up everything. I do want to play my animal observatory. So, some deer. And what I actually want to do is I actually want to scan for deer near forests. You'll see why in a moment. And then the frogs like flowers and wetlands, which we achieved right there. And the bear likes elevated, with of course a honeycomb, because Winnie the Pooh. There he is. I got a bear walking around there. Behind the tree. There he is, coming around the arboretum. And then the frogs meandering in the wetlands. We have deer in the fields. Beavers end up being a forest near water. See if that's good enough. Ooh, not quite enough water on that one. Let's see here. With that. Let's see. Could try here with the upland one. Nope. May not be able to get beavers this time. Well, such is life. We can get. So he needs prey. So we need a scan to bring deer into this region. They're now there, which gives him prey. So now we have wolves on the edge of the woods. So beavers like in range of a river. Oh, I'll try one last time here. There we go. Now we got beavers. The last one appears to be some kind of geese. Rest in large lake. So I don't have a lake, and I think what this is there's a variation of the quarry called, or of the riverbed called the quarry, and a quarry would be probably filled in like an old rock quarry, which would create a very large lake. And so I'm guessing I'll be able to get whatever that fowl is on that level. But that gives me all of the animals that I can get on this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to start packing everything up. So, yeah, I mentioned before you have to get everything via the boat. And so what you do is you use the loading dock to pull them in. As you can see here, like I can put the loading dock there and I'd get all those structures. You can also see I'm short of that scrubber there. And so much like the other maps, we have the recycling silo, which pulls in a bunch of other things into the specific region that we're concerned about. So now I can bring the loading dock in, and I can grab that right there. Similarly, I'm gonna. Ooh, these guys are way out there. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. We might have to make. Mistakes may have been made here, ladies and gentlemen, because getting them up the river is gonna be very difficult. So I think, yeah, what I'm going to end up having to do, I'm a little bit shot myself in the foot here, is I'm going to have to make, what is this? Oh, yeah, excavator. The only upside here is this bit of badland that I make will get restored. At the end. Oh, I don't need to, do I? No, the river is the rain's. That makes sense. Should have occurred to me. The rain has filled it in for me. So wait for that fill in. Last couple spots here. The riverbeds get overgrown by those foam and lilies. And we'll see here. Yeah, grab everything right there. So come and get them now. Pull all you in. Get everything packaged up, and then we'll send him on his little final quest to pull everything in. Oh yeah. Let's see here. How much up there can I get? So I need a dock there. Go ahead and pull in everybody from there. I'm gonna pull. Alright, we're on the tail end stretch here, everybody. A little bit quicker one than last time. Like I said, the riverbed map is probably, yeah, it's the starter, so it's the most straightforward of all of them. And I think that's going to be about everything. Let's follow our boat as he goes about. There's Mr. Bear up there. Salmon's still running happily. Just the last couple to go. So let him get the last one. We'll set the final bit to grab that last scrubber in the research station. Last scan around the map for anything I might have missed. Watching that lovely rain fill in the little bare spots that my structures had left behind. So, it's not quite leave no trace, because it's definitely a case of leaving it better than you found it. But it is like I was never here. Or rather, oh, if you go back far enough, I guess you would consider never here, since we are restoring the land to its pristine state. Nobody gets picked up. We are ready. Call it a day. Still get a little bit, you can see the leaves going into my resources, those little spots fill out. Or I guess quintacopter, it's got one more. Then a quadcopter, picking up our boat, and off we go. Wasteland reclaimed. Well, was a quick one, a pretty easy and straightforward one. Let's appreciate what we did as I wrap up here. I hope all of you are having a great time, a great week. If you're not, I hope this was a great little peaceful moment for you. I like playing these games. Probably still, sprinkle these in a little bit amongst. Hey, there's Mr. Little Beaver swimming there. Sprinkle these in amongst other things that I'm playing. But if you like them, certainly let us know down in the comments. Let us know with with your likes, even your subscribes, and I'll be more than happy to continue to make some chill games. That said, I'm gonna get back to it, or at least I will try. But I am never free to play. Take care, everyone.